So, Mr. Bradshaw, you said you wanted to see me?
Yes, Mr. Fitchett, I did. I've noticed you've been reviewing all the Bond films leading up to Spectre.
Indeed I have.
And I saw your review for Die Another Day.
It's stupid. It's the worst ending to a Bond film. It's the worst Bond film. It's one of the worst action films I've seen. This is literally the biggest piece of poo this franchise has ever produced.
Don't mention that film again.
I feel you're a bit unfair with that film. You compared it to Batman and Robin.
This time of the day is the Batman and Robin to the James Bond franchise.
I believe it was a fair comparison.
But I believe Die Another Day is the best Bond film.
But you thought Christopher Walken was a good villain and all. Hello, buddy. The name is Fitchett. Oscar Fitchett.
Name's Gary Bradshaw.
And it's here. It's finally here. We are finally here reviewing for you all the 2015 James Bond film Spectre, which is directed by Sam Mendes and stars Daniel Craig, Lea Seydoux, Christoph Waltz, Batista, Naomi Harris, Andrew Scott, Ben Whishaw, and Ralph Fiennes. And the plot of Spectre, according to the Internet Movie Database, is a cryptic message from Bond's past sends him on a trail to uncover a sinister organisation. While M battles political forces to keep the Secret Service alive, Bond peels back the layers of deceit to reveal the terrible truth behind Spectre. There is no need for us to explain our expectations about this film and our excitement. We were both looking forward to it. And for anyone who is here just watching the Spectre review, just so you guys know, we in fact reviewed every single James Bond film leading up to this. The playlist will be down below in the description, so if any of you want to see our evolution of the Bond franchise and what we thought of each Bond film, check that out leading up to this. But if you don't, that's fair enough.
So my review of Spectre. I like this film. Didn't love it.
You didn't love it?
No.
Oh, that is...
I need to think about the. I need to digest what I've seen. At this moment, I'm only counting 2 negatives on my head. 1, the soundtrack.
Okay.
I like the soundtrack. Certain points, the songs I haven't heard before. Because if you watch Skyfall, some of the songs are repeated from Skyfall onto Spectre.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, didn't you notice that?
I wasn't listening that deep into the soundtrack.
I was. And I was like, I've heard this before. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying this scene very much because of the soundtrack. The second negative was the opening scene. Very shaky cam. Well, I don't think it could have helped, but it was very shaky, and I was like, oh, I'm getting dizzy off this. Daniel Craig is James Bond. Blew out of the water yet again. He's definitely one of my favourite Bonds to this day, of so far. Maybe because he could do his own action, not his own action, but like his own fight stuff. that's probably the reason why I like him. We finally get to see Ralph Fiennes. Rafe Fiennes. Which we've seen in Skyfall, but we didn't see a lot of him. But in this one, we actually had a few great scenes of Rafe Fiennes. Ben Whishaw's Q, he's finally got deep, great dialogue, some of the jokes he cracks out is between Rafe and Fiennes and Ben Whishaw. I like them two comedic characters. Christoph Waltz as Hans Oberhauser, I believe.
Franz
Oberhauser. He did a great job. I have to probably think about this part, but he's probably my favourite villain.
Huh.
I'll have to think about that though. Dave Batista. You said to me before the film started, I bet Dave Batista won't talk. Which
yeah.
He did. He didn't talk. He did say something, but
I expected him to say one last thing towards the end of his character, I'll put it that way.
Yes. I liked him. Car chase.
Which one?
I wouldn't really call it a car chase.
Which one?
The Aston Martin DB10.
The one with Batista and
yeah, the one with
Bond.
Jagging the chip. That never went anywhere. There was no, I don't know, it just felt a bit weak.
What did?
The car chase. We've been used to these car chases of jumping and stuff. Oh, this was just a bit twisty roads and smashing into a few bikes, but that was it. Cinematography, other than the shaky cam scene, it was spot on. But CGI in this film, though, there's another negative. CGI in this film, bit too much. Just a little bit too much.
My thoughts on Spectre, I thought this was an absolutely fantastic film. At this moment in time, I might say this is the best Daniel Craig Bond film. The gun barrel scene was at the start of the film, which is the first for a Daniel Craig film, and that just got me into the film. I was like, yes, the gun barrel at the start. The first shot, which was made to look like one continuous shot, I was just like, this is just, it's like something from Birdman or something like that, where it's just like one long shot type of thing, and I was like, this is so good. And Daniel Craig I thought the opening was fantastic. I thought it's one of the better openings of a Bond film, in all honesty. The shaky cam didn't really have much of an effect on me. It didn't really pop out to me that much, but I just thought it was a fantastic opening. Daniel Craig, I thought, was excellent in the role of Bond, in everything that he needed to be, when he needed to be serious, when he needed to be funny, when he needed to be in the action scenes, when he needed to be a bit of a romantic. I thought he did a great job at all of it. I mean, he's one of the best Bonds, I think, if not the best, I don't know. Léa Seydoux, I believe that's how you pronounce her name, who played Madeleine Swan in the film. I thought she was good. I thought it was interesting who her character was and what connection she had. She wasn't just some random beautiful woman that Bond stumbled across. She actually, there was a reason for Bond to be with her. Christoph Waltz as Franz Oberhauser. I love the guy so much. I loved him in Inglourious Bastards. I loved him in Django Unchained. He was really good in Carnage. He's just such a good actor. There's something about him. He's so good. And as the villain in this film, he does a fantastic job as well, I think. I do think he has... Although I was kind of underwhelmed with how long he was in with his... He's not in that film for that long, I don't think. He's not in it for as much as I thought he would be, which is kind of a bit of a disappointment. But when he's there, he does a good job. He has a presence to him. Batista in this film, as soon as he came on the screen, and the first thing he did, that was very classic henchman. That was very Odd Job. That was very Jaws. I would say he's kind of up there with those two in terms of really good henchmen. And again, even though he's not in the film for a huge amount, I still think he has a good presence about him. And the fight scene between him and Daniel Craig on the train, that just that was very reminiscent of the fight between Bond and Grant on From Russia with Love. That train fight scene, which is a superb fight scene, I think, and I think they did a great job. Not recreating it, but paying homage to it.
Yes.
While still having a good scene in on itself. And now with, I guess we can call them the Bond regulars. Naomi Harris as Moneypenny, Ray Fiennes as M, Ben Whishaw as Q. They are very, very, very reminiscent to the old school equivalents of these characters. Naomi Harris has that Lois Maxwell vibe about her. Ben Whishaw has that Desmond Llewellyn thing to him, and heck, Ray Fiennes has a good Bernard Lee about him, I think.
Oh yeah, I felt that as well, because that scene when he was in that office, I said that's very, very old like
the offices are they feel like the old Bond.
Yes.
Yeah, and I do.
Yeah. Q's office as
Q,
well.
Q branch, yeah, and like Moneypenny's desk, and
definitely.
you know, M's office. It's a good. It feels like a nice throwback without being in your face. It's faithful. The script, once again by Robert Wade and Neil Purvis, but once again John Logan is coming back to be a part of the writing team who was a part of Skyfall. I love this script. I think this is a great story. I think. The way just everything... I found it very easy to follow. And I do think the dialogue, like the script knows when to get dark, but it also knows when to get humorous. There's some, especially the moments between Q and Bond, there were moments like that which most of the cinema, including myself, were laughing at.
Yeah.
Like there was just some awesome little quips between the two. When they do humour, it fits well. It doesn't feel out of place. It doesn't feel like they're going way overboard. It doesn't feel like they're going campy. It feels right for the like in the opening scene where Bond just fell and he landed on the couch and he was like it was like it wasn't a joke, but it was still funny. You know what I mean? It wasn't. It was still like a little bit of humour in this action scene, and the chase scene, the car chase scene when it's like. Bond was trying to fiddle on with the gadgets and everything, and I'm like, that's funny. Within this chase scene, which I thought that was a good car chase scene, not one of the better ones. I think my favourite one's still the man with the golden gun with the whole like. This one I do think is pretty good. It was very well shot with the whole like again. It was a lot of drifting. It feels like some of that would have been in a Fast and Furious film, but you know what? I think they do riveting car chases. In all honesty, that leads me on to the cinematography, which I do think it's. It's not as good as Roger Deakins' cinematography from Skyfall, but then again, not much can be better than Roger Deakins in terms of cinematography. But Hoyt van Hoytma, who did the cinematography for Interstellar, which we both praised, I think he does an excellent job in this film. There are some shots in this film which had my mouth drop and go, oh, this looks so good. Without giving anything away, I love how this film manages to connect everything. In terms of all the Daniel Craig films. The way it does it is amazing. And it even kind of fixes some of the problems that the other Bond films have. There's not much negatives I have to say about this film, other than I kind of wish Christoph Waltz was in there a bit longer. I kind of wish Dave Batista was in there a bit longer. I kind of felt the romance between Madeline Swan and James Bond wasn't developed enough. But I still like those two, you know what I mean? Like, I like those two together. It's weird. I don't, like, that didn't feel fully developed, but I did like those two together. And I do have to say, it does help if you've seen all the Bond films. But it really, 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 really does help if you've seen all the Daniel Craig films.
You at least have to watch them.
You don't need to see all of the Bond films. It helps. But you need to see all the Daniel Craig films. Like, otherwise, you're going to be lost at places. So, guys, thank you for watching our review for Spectre. Finally. I'm glad this is finally here. For anyone out there who's seen the film, what did you think of Spectre? Comment below, let us know what you thought about it. When you eventually get to see it, comment below, let us know what you thought about it. Or what you thought of our review. Or, here's a question for you guys. What is your favourite Bond film? Also, what did you think of our little skit at the beginning? We worked hard on it. I'm happy with the skit.
It's alright.
If you get the reference to the opening, then yeah, good job.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. And also in this, you can go in the description, the link to the Facebook page is there, as well as the links to the Twitter accounts to everyone in the Heel Crew. Give us a follow. Give Gary a follow. Maybe he might update his mindset on Spectre. We don't know. Maybe I'll talk about Spectre. I don't know. Hashtag Taron for Bond. And till next time, guys, we shall see you later. And for the last time...